before will happen again, and boom, that's actually what happened. More life, kings and queens. Jermaine Mr. Key Taylor here, brightening up your day, giving you the keys to unlocking your full potential. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how to turn $300 into $2,000 in a few hours just trading Forex. Now, why would I do that? Well, because there's a lot going on in the world and you deserve better, you know? So I just wanted to brighten your day by dropping some knowledge and helping you get to the next level, you know? Exit the matrix. So first of all, if I'm going to make a claim like that, right, let me just back it up real quick. So I actually started trading back in 2015 and got my butt kicked. Yep, Mr. Key got his butt kicked. This is the truth. I took on the task I was in way over my head. I didn't know what the heck was going on. But through trial and error, several years later, I was actually able to master the skill set. So here's the claim, right? So here's $300, actually $333 turned into $909. So as you can see, I started with a small account. The long story short at first was I grew the account by 500%. So if you just look at the numbers and, you know, I actually traded the Dow Jones, aka US 30, tamed the beast that everyone is afraid of, and you know, basically did an incredible feat, and even started hitting much bigger investment trades. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I do it. And you know, like I said, it may look easy, but been doing this since 2015, but I never gave up. And so this is how I turned $300 into $2,200 in just a few hours. And it's not just about me, right? It's about sharing the wealth. So as you can see, one of my students is also doing the exact same thing. And let me tell you my most favorite thing about what he said is, he said, "You helped me become a true trader." Now I can relate to that. I remember when I felt like I'll never get this. Like, this skill set is rigged, you know? And people still tell you like, you cannot master the markets. It's impossible. Nobody can predict the markets. That's what they tell you, right? What I have to say is, there is keys to everything. Everything in life has a cause and effect, right? Here's another one of my students, Johnson, you can see right here, winning multiple $911 for the day, but multiple trades in a row, right? And so how do you do this? Like, how is this even possible, right? So we're going to break it down. So I'm going to share with you some investments that I actually took. So here's an example of a trade on the Dow Jones. In fact, before I show you this one, let me show you GBP/JPY first, right? So GBP/JPY is it stands for the Great Britain pound versus the Japanese yen. And don't worry about all the numbers. A lot of people see numbers in Forex and they think they have to be an accountant or something to be any good. This is not true, kings and queens. You don't need to be a math whiz, because Mr. Key sucks at both grammar and math. But let me show you the trade nonetheless. So what you can see right here is GBP/JPY. Now, the first thing I want to say is the red represents risk. So if it would have went against me, technically I would have lost. And the green represents reward. Now, the way that I mark up my charts, this just represents an area, a potential area to get in a trade, but I don't let trades run against me. I have to say that because, as you can see, the market dipped here, and a lot of people say, you lost money. No, just because I marked it up this way doesn't mean I was in right here. You know what I mean? I know how to use wisdom and get in at the right time. So this is actually just me saying, okay, the investment's going to happen around this area. And the way that I view investing is like, it's like soil. I want to put my money in the place where it has the best chance to grow. So this is what happens. This is what happened to the trend. This is the 5-minute chart. This lasted for several days. I called the trade around here, and as you can see, the money just kept going and going and going. So that was trade number one, just to show you that it's not a fluke, that even though they say you cannot predict the markets, I beg to differ. So check this out. Here's the Dow Jones, same thing, really, really tiny risk. And that's what it's all about. Small risk, big reward, right? So the first trades, I would have probably been in here and would have exited out here somewhere. and the market came back, because what happens before will happen again, and boom, that's actually what happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the numbers, we're going to break it down together, and we're going to see how is it possible to risk a little bit and make a lot. So first of all, before you can even begin trading, you need money, right? That's just kind of goes without saying. And so I also teach people how to start a business, because the only other avenue to trading or receiving money besides a business is a 9-to-5 job, right? So with a job, you have a limited, ceiling, a limited potential. With a business, you have unlimited potential. So I take usually my money from my business, I collect money through business, and I compound through the market. So that's what I do, guys. I collect and I compound, and I collect and I compound, and I collect to compound. I collect money for the sole purpose of compounding it, right? And so my intention here in looking at this trade, you can see 444. This was 1-to-6 risk to reward ratio, so that means 6.5. So this is a 6 times on my investment, and as you can see, I was aiming for 6, but it actually went a lot higher. This is actually probably 10, maybe actually double. So maybe this is 12, to be honest, right? And but even though it was a 12 times ROI, I'm just gonna focus on the 6 or 700%, right? So you can see right here, it moved 284 pips. Now, just like time is measured in minutes, movement in the markets is measured in what we call pips. So let's break down this 284 pips. What does that even mean? Okay, let's break it down. So if you were to take advantage of a movement in the markets, and you were to do $1 times 284 pips, you would have made $284, right? If you were brave enough to put $10 into the markets, you would have made a beautiful $2,840. All right. Times 284 pips. Okay, cool. Now, if you were really skilled and brave and dangerous, you would have put $100 on it, and you could have made $28,400. So basically, this is how the market works. So what determines how much you risk on a trade? Well, that would be your account size. I don't know why I put a $sign for account size, but we did. So here you go. Here's your account size. So because I had an account size of $300, I only risked a certain amount. And they say that you're only supposed to use around 2% risk. That's what the hedge funds and all the great managers tell you. And to a level and degree, they're right. But it also depends on your skill level and risk tolerance. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you the secret that no one talks about. How in the world do you do it? Now, since that was a 1-to-6 trade, I'm going to use an analogy of a $100 account. Now, if I did have a $100 account, I wouldn't be trading the Dow Jones. I wouldn't be trading US 30 or gold. I would trade something modest that allows me to multiply my money. So there are certain pairs that are more small account friendly, right? If you want to learn how to turn 300 into $2,000, you need an instrument that's capable of doing that, right? You need something that moves quick, moves big, moves fast. So what I wanted to prove to people and inspire people with is the concept of you don't need a lot. People say it takes money to make money. Yeah, but it doesn't take a lot of money, right? You don't have to risk your house to make a lot of money. It's just about, it's not luck, right? Luck is for leprechauns. It's about laboring under correct knowledge, luck. Right? It's not about being lucky. It's about being intentional. So let's be intentional. So as you can see, let's pretend our account balance was $100, right? I'm going to share something with you that a lot of people, either they're aware of it and they're not sharing it, or they just literally don't know. Everybody that I know or that I see on social media, if they are attempting to be investors or forex traders, they live or die by one trade. So if the trade goes good, everything is well, and if it goes bad, it's the end of the world. And it's because they're risking too much. So like I said, if you are trying to master investing and you're continuously blowing accounts, it's because you're over leveraging risk less. Just because you risk less doesn't mean you can't make more, you know? So, but I'm going to use 10% risk just because the account size is $100 and it's the best way to make a point. So let me show you this. So let's just say you lose the first trade, right? And the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you don't have to win everything, right? So now the account balance is minus 90. Now let's just pretend that my risk to reward, I think, was 1 to 6, right? So let's look at the trade. So right, it went more, but we're just gonna use a 6.15. So I'm not gonna do the 1.5 because I don't feel like doing the math. We're gonna do 6 times on the money. So it's a 6 to 1 return on investment, right? So some people do 1 to 2. I don't do 1 to 2. You can do 1 to 3 or 3 to 1. I'm gonna do 6 to 1, or this is how sometimes it's denoted, right? So I'm gonna risk 1 to make 6, right? However, whichever way you want to look at it, this is gonna be the return on investment. So I'm gonna show you something powerful. So let's just say I lost the first trade. Let me show you how you can literally be a terrible investor and still make a lot of money. Let's just say the second I lost another $10, so now the account balance is $80. Okay, so let's just say I was like the worst investor in the world. Next setup, I'm losing again for whatever reason. I'm having a bad day, and now I'm up 70. Oh, actually, I'm down. I'm actually at $70. Right, started with 100. Literally lost what, 3 trades in a row. Let me show you. I can even lose the 4th trade in a row. Okay, let me show you something. Some of y'all like, Jermaine, why are you teaching us about losing? Because sometimes you got to lose to win, you know what I'm saying? Before you get good, at least. So check this out. Lost 4 trades in a row. Account balance at $60. Now check this out. All of the trades and setups I took, let's just say I believe them to be 1 to 6. Let me show you how powerful this is. All right. So now let's pretend I risk another $10. I'm the worst investor on the planet, but this time the trade wins. Okay, so I want y'all to do some math with me. Okay, so we're gonna add. So I'm risking 10%, which is $10. Okay, now check this out. Add 10, that's 70. Add another 10, that's 80. Add another 10, that's 90. Add another 10, I'm back at 100. So that's 4, right? That's $40. Now we got another 10 and another 10 left. Now, even though I lost 4 trades in a row and I only won once, the account balance is $120. Right? Now let's just say I won again. Right? I took 1 more trade. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost 4 trades in a row. I won trade number 5, and let's just say I won trade number 6. So again, I was risking $10, and I wanted that same 1 to 6. So I had 60 to 20. Now the account balance is 180. So check this out. I literally only won 2 out of 6 trades. Now most people would say, "Wow, you suck. You're terrible. Like you know, you're the worst investor in the world." But the account balance is still up because I was controlling what's called my risk to reward, right? And this is a secret to investing that many people do not know. So now let's just pretend offense was actually being a good investor, right? I had the worst strategy in the world. It was like 50-50 hit and miss. Defense would be like your risk to reward, and it would be also like protecting your money. Right? Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, follow rule number 1. So this is basically how I turned $300 into $2,000. I was protecting my trades and also making sure that my risk to reward was pretty good. And now check this out. Now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the investments through fresh eyes, and we're going to look at them again. And you're going to see stuff that you never saw before. So check this out. So what you can see right here is the account went from 300 to 909. So, you know, these trades are decent, right? 284. Then we had another trade for 291. So now the account balance is different, see? And it was able to grow the account by 500%. And these are, you know, just some of the trades. Now check this out. On trades that didn't hit as big, you can see they were like $18, right? The trades that didn't win, right? I consider these losing trades. 31 didn't go the way I wanted it. You know what I mean? 18 bucks didn't go the way I wanted it. But the trade that did go the way I wanted hit for 800 bucks. See? So now I'm controlling my risk to reward by controlling the types of setups that I take. And then on top of that, I'm making sure that I'm working on my offense, aka my accuracy. So now you can see without losing. So basically, even with losing, you could be dangerous. Now imagine if you learn to not lose. Now what I've just shown you, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. And this is how we grew $300 into $2,000. All right. And again, it's not just me. Same thing with my students. Notice that the loss was $1.34. Cute, right? But look at the wins. 10, 4, 23, 28, right? Just compounding. And same thing with my other students, right? Show you the other trade setups that are going on here. See, 200 and something, 154, 146, 121, right? Look at the little loss, 6 cents, right? And that all that made $911 for the day for one of my students. So all of that comes down to overstanding risk to reward. I don't want to understand it, right? Whatever you stand under is over your head, right? So here you go. So again, you can see extremely small risk and gargantuan reward. And one of the best keys to investing is I don't have to care whether or not it wins or loses. That's not the point. My point is to plant my seed, my money seeds, in the place where it's the most likely to grow. And that's how you win. So if you'd like to join the winning circle, if you'd like to learn how to upgrade, then you know where to find me, right? Mr. Key is going to give you the keys to unlocking your full potential, right? And all of this is so that you can live an abundant life, so that you can finally win. You know, it doesn't matter if you failed in the past. It doesn't matter if for whatever strange reason you never had a great mentor, or you've never heard of Forex, or you're bad at reading numbers. All of that, it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, this stuff is a science. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that. They want to believe that the market is unconquerable. Nobody can predict the markets. Listen, you may not be able to quote unquote predict the markets, but guess what? Everything in life is predictable. You know why? Because there's patterns. If something's up, it's coming down. If something's down, it's going up. That's how the game goes, right? So if you would like to master the game, go ahead and reach out. Say, Mr. Key, I'm ready. I'm ready to upgrade. I'm ready to turn $1 into 3. I'm ready to turn $1 into 10. I'm ready to upgrade. And if you guys do not know what upgrade stands for, in my brand, it means uplift, prosper, give, renew, advance, develop, enlighten. I'm ready to get to the next level. Give me the keys. If you're ready for the next level, just reach out, and I'll be more than happy to help you. You know where to find me. Let's upgrade. See you in the next one.